Hey, everybody, and welcome to the second edition of the Industry Grinder podcast. Yeah, we are the Industry Grinder. My name is Craig Colson. I'm a musician.
I'm Kelly Herden. I'm a bartender.
I'm Jonathan Polit. I'm also a musician.
I'm Andrea Barrett. I'm also a bartender.
Awesome. Yeah. So, John, you started this thing. So,
No, okay. I didn't start it. I just had this idea, and I was smart enough to ask the most popular people I knew to go along with it to validate my existence. That's all. That's all.
So how did I get here? No idea. Okay. Just kidding.
But it has blossomed. It has gotten bigger and bigger.
Yes, it has.
Each and every week.
It's lucky. Well, it's really a resource for everybody. It's a sounding board. It's kind of for us to all compare notes. Kind of keep us working. We haven't started the Machiavellian power trips yet, but they're coming. They're coming. I promise.
Can't wait.
We're gonna start playing favorites at some point.
So we're trying to help musicians and people who work in the restaurant industry,
Yes.
right? Get jobs, resource
So
with
far
each
it's
other.
become a big giant job posting board.
Yeah.
Which she locked onto right away, which is the biggest reason why. Because she was doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
Love you for that.
Having fun.
I love you for that too, because I really haven't done anything.
Well, I feel like
You're just a pretty face.
Yeah.
we're kind of on the lull of everything too. So like in the summertime, we're post, and I would say we're still having a fair amount of posting, especially with new bars coming in, bars coming out, restaurants closing and opening and doing all those things. But I think that's the one thing people don't get is like we also have an off season, right? So like although there's still postings, people are like posting, can I get a job? Can I get a job? Tell me where the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday jobs are, right? And right now we're in kind of the lull. Give us till spring. And then
So the kids have gone back to school, and that still kind of left us a little short in terms of staff in places. So there's a lot of people still looking for. There's a lot more people looking to have people come work for them than there are people looking for jobs.
And I have noticed that there are a lot more businesses or managers that are asking for positions, asking for music,
That makes me
asking
feel
for
good.
bartenders.
That
Yeah.
makes me feel good.
Even in our
Instead of the other
thing, I think is great too. That we're starting to see some of those owners and managers just kind of dip in even on non-hiring posts, which I think is what makes it fun. And I know that's one thing that you were really looking for was that engagement.
We were trying to, they get people talking about, the stories, I mean, you don't need to call anyone out, but they're funny stories we want to hear.
Right.
Maybe some cautionary tales that there's a tasteful way of posting it, that we can all avoid it. Cause there's some serious things, that maybe you want to avoid. It's not all like nasty, pejorative type of stories.
Well, and I remember when we first started, we were like, are we gonna let the owners be a part of this? Like, are we?
I think that was the right way.
What's the plan?
That was
here?
the right way to start, though. We
I
dipped
agree.
our toe in as much as the managers you're speaking of.
Well, yeah, and I think they're starting to see the value in it too. And I think that was really where we wanted to go. Is they're starting to see the value in the site, and they're clearly watching. Because they're starting to engage. So
I was playing a gig one night at an unnamed restaurant, and one of the waitresses came up to me as I was setting up, and she goes, "Hey, are you the Industry Grinder guy?" Which always sounds so weird because we talked about that in the last episode. So if you want to find out about the name, you can go to episode
Grinder
1.
is also a sandwich.
Yeah, Grinder is also a sandwich.
yeah,
Nico's over there wondering what the heck he's filming over here. But anyway,
What am I getting myself into? Nico, thank you.
But anyway, good job, Nico and Drew. Shout out to 216, right? Did I get that right? Okay. I got 6-7 in my head from now. Okay. It's too many things. Yeah. No, but this girl goes, "Hey, are you one of the Industry Grinder guys?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I got this job because of that. So thank you." And I was like, "Wow. Well, there you go. We did our job."
I think I messaged you once and I was like, I was just cited. It feels very strange. I don't know how to feel about this.
You did. Yeah.
I've gotten a couple of messages saying like, "Hey, thanks for posting that because I absolutely got the job there or I got the gig there."
Yeah.
And it's totally okay that that people aren't parsing out their conversations like on the wall. Like it's okay to like see a post, maybe like or react to it, and then have a private conversation.
Yeah,
based on
which
it.
I
That's
think
still
people have
valid.
gotten a lot better about because I think there was a false expectation that like Kelly or I would make a post and then they'd be like asking us directly. And I'm like, this is not where I work.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys are always like,
The
please
original
contact
poster."
the original poster. Reach out to the
So,
venue.
thanks to everyone for
And much to
sharing
my
Facebook
chagrin,
out.
because like this is not supposed to be a job posting board. I mean, the fact that it turned into that, I'm
Yeah.
totally fine with it. Because like whichever way it was going to go is the way it needed to be.
Well,
That's
and I think it's going to continue to evolve over time. Like I said, we've seen that, and what we had expectations for and what that we wanted, it could evolve into something so much bigger,
Mhm.
or it could stay, the way it is. And I think that's perfectly okay.
Well, I want to thank you guys for your contributions to it, because like having the four disparate personalities and approaches and different backgrounds, just different ways of looking at things is absolutely crucial
Yeah.
to making something like this work. Because chances are, with the different things, the different ways that the four of us look at things might be representative of the whole that we're trying to serve in the first place.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
And it's amazing that we found a second night to all get together.
Yo, that's a
I mean, yeah.
logistics are a nightmare.
Don't expect a lot of episodes, everybody,
No.
okay? Because the four of us, this doesn't happen very often.
No,
Exactly. Exactly.
lightning struck 4 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. But I have to confess to John that I realized after I was editing, I did edit the last one. So if you have any editing problems, you can talk to Nico. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. But
Nico!
as I was editing, I realized that I thought your name for like 3 years was Polit.
Mhm.
And I called you John Polit like
I
3
didn't
times.
correct
And
you.
you
I
did
didn't
not correct me.
No.
And it wasn't until I
Oh my God, I
till
didn't even
we
hear
did-
it.
you didn't hear it. And then at the end, we were like, we just started, but
Mhm.
we were like, did the introductions at the end, and I put them at the beginning, and then you were like, my name's John Polit, and I'm like, oh crap! So I looked like such an idiot because I was calling you like to myself anyway.
I will always show respect to you and your journey. And however you see me, it is also valid.
We
Yeah.
had a discussion on the way here though about how like I was nitpicking like things that were happening, and I bet you no one even noticed. So, like, I
No.
watched it though and was like 75 times.
People would have noticed me going, my name's Polit.
Yeah,
Polit.
I remember at a specific location, they put your name up on the marquee,
Yeah.
spelt it completely, absolutely.
What's
Oh,
worse when they misspell the first name. It's like, okay, I get the last name almost. You know what I mean? I get
Yeah.
it. It's tough,
I don't know, J-O-N, J-O-H-N, like, there's several ways.
Right.
No, it's not. It was
Aliati or something. Yeah.
pretty badly
Did I-
butchered.
Did I tell you about mine I got a call from a venue. So managers, maybe check the person before you do this.
Yes.
But I got a call like, hey, or it was a text, where are you? Like, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm not playing there today. And it was on a Sunday. And if y'all know, I'm a church guy. So I work at a church full time.
Right.
I never take a gig on a Sunday. So I was like, that is not me.
Right.
She's like, this is Craig Olson, right? And I'm like, no, this is Craig Colson. And they actually I went on the venue's website and they had my picture and my name, but it was this Craig Olson guy. So Craig Olson, we have to meet sometime. But,
Sorry, I stole
apparently you
it.
didn't.
Well, also, phone first before you go.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Craig Olson apparently might have been sick that day. I don't know what happened to him, but then
Well, I
I
hope
was.
he's okay.
I hope he's good too. And then I went
Still working.
Maybe
Still,
it's that
and
turn.
still.
getting,
I haven't seen his name, but anyway, I went to another gig like a month ago, and it was outside on the board. It was Craig Olson. And so I must have said like 4 times.
And you're like,
'cause
oh no.
I was just like, I'm Craig Colson.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So, words are important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Precision matters.
Precision
Yeah.
matters,
No,
yeah.
especially when you make a
Yeah.
career on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they
Right.
call me Andrea versus Andrea Barrett as a bartender, I'm like, that's nice.
Yeah.
Usually it's hey you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You no longer get service.
Did you ever get Barrett?
No, it's usually
Andrea
Barrett
Barrett.
or Barrett. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not born in your hair.
So
Maybe
I
you
was
put a barrettes and hairs.
I was thinking about a musical thing that I want to talk about, and maybe you guys can weigh into since you work in venues. But how many times since you're wearing a Bears jersey have you been canceled for a ball game?
You.
Well,
You.
to mention,
Yeah.
not sure when this will air, but this Saturday is Bears Packers.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I bet a lot of people, I've seen a lot of posts already saying
Yeah.
canceled.
Really? And I have a
canceled.
gig this
Uh-huh.
Saturday. And I was
You
like
might want to
scared.
post first before
Yeah.
you go.
So my wife said, you should just call him. And I said, no, I'd rather just wait because
I want to show up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do your work for you.
yeah.
You know? I have my check
Bingo.
ready for me.
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
There you go.
I will come in, you will have my platter
Yep.
of food, and
There you
I will
go.
get my customary 2 drinks,
There you
and
go.
you'll have a check for me,
Yeah.
whether I play a note or not.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do.
If I show
That's
up and I'm
very
hauling
true.
gear,
Right.
I'm getting paid.
Exactly.
Something.
Like, Packers game, I
Yeah.
patroned a place that there was a guy singing, and I felt so bad for him because he's kind of in this bigger room, and everyone's.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, "Thanks for the 3 that are listening to me."
Well, that happened to you many times.
A couple times.
And
Yeah.
the next time we worked together.
Yeah.
When the Bears played Green Bay last time, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't swear, but I'm playing a song, and it wasn't this one, but "Let Me Call You Sweetheart." Oh, what the? That's right. Let's not make any effort at all. Like, I'm chiding
Yeah.
what I'm seeing on TV. I'm like, oh, okay, we're at a bowling alley. Maybe I should go back to my
Well,
song.
I remember like
You know.
it worked out perfectly. You
Yeah.
ended the song,
I remember
but then like
that.
the Bears totally scored.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, that really went over well.
And I was like,
People
what?
love the song.
I was like, people love Maroon 5.
Yeah.
I was like, because I played, it was This Love by Maroon 5. And I was like, dun, dun, dun. It was like, yeah. I was like, all right, thank you, everybody. Yeah. I was like, oh, the Bears just scored. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I had one canceled, and then another one. I picked up one that same night, and then that one canceled on me 2 days before because the Bears were on.
Mhm.
And then I told the guy, and I'm like, well, don't usually is a booking agent. So I'm like, don't usually send out a contract. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, they're not going to honor it. He's like, dude, they're not going to honor it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what's the point of having a contract?
Right.
I found
You
that
can
having
take
a
the
contract, I did have a contract go bad. It was at the 4th of July, and this place is closing, so maybe I can say the name.
Oh,
I
don't.
don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe not.
keep it.
Maybe not.
We don't need to get sued.
So,
We don't have any money.
they did just close, and it's 4th of July, and I get there, and because of how many people had come, which it is like 50 miles away from my home, so I'm not responsible
Yeah.
for bringing anyone there.
Yeah.
I walk in, they're like, "Okay, so you're not going to be playing tonight." And I'm like, "This is one of the ones like this is not my work. This is my United talent."
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I have a contract, and they're like, I wasn't going to argue the point. Like, as soon as you decide you're not going to pay me, we're not going to have an argument about it. I'll just talk to my agent and be like, "What's up with this?"
Yeah.
But they offered me $50 in a sandwich, to which I got $50 in 2 sandwiches. Because
Oh, yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to accept the first offer.
Now, the question is, did you bring one home to your wife?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's probably smart. That's probably smart.
And
Yeah.
the first one would have been problematic. You know what I mean? But bringing a second one.
The second one home to your wife. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a smart. That was a smart.
That was a smart move. Good husband move. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking because like at more of the sports bars, at the diver bars,
Yeah.
Saturday night might be an issue.
Mhm.
But at more of a supper club or like a
Mhm.
nicer place, they'll have the TVs on, yes.
Yeah.
But people don't really go there for the game.
Right.
Right.
So it wasn't Bears Packers, but it was a Packer game at the place that I'm at. And we had the music, everything was fine.
Yeah.
People watched it, it was good. But it was some of that same thing where the
Some
people
people-
like end the music.
Some people could give a crap less about sports.
Right.
Just saying.
That's true.
It is
That's true.
That was me, but as of recently, because I work on Sundays at a very different venue than you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am now getting more into it. But it might have also something to do with the fact that the Bears are not sucking. So
Yeah.
that's good.
There you go.
A little better than usual, which is
That's right.
always
That's
nice.
It's always great. You
Yeah.
know, just bad how good the refs are. You know.
Yeah.
You had mentioned like you weren't responsible for bringing people in.
Mhm.
Do you find like I know like at my place of business, because we are more of a sports bar and dive bars and things like that we've worked in the past, we are definitely like I post constantly and we do those things. Do you find you have to do that or I know you post sometimes, but sorry.
It's okay.
Take 3.
So I don't feel like I have to, but I like to.
Yes.
But when I've worked in other places, like even in the interview, they're like, well, do you have a following or do you have this or
Mhm.
whatever? Like, so, I mean, it gets a little hairy there. Like
I think
you're not really there to build their business, but I
Yeah.
mean, I guess, are
well,
you?
yeah, you're
I don't
building
know.
it for yourself. I think.
Right.
And I think
Exactly.
I think when it's not, I don't know. I get that there are certain places that they have quotas. Like you have so many
Yes.
things you have to post in a day about our food, about this and that and whatever. I prefer for it to be a more natural thing because I feel like then people are buying into it more. Like it's me versus like the standard that I have to. I don't know.
That's absolutely valid. In fact, I would say that's one thing. Not that I'm trying to put more work on my plate, but venues, restaurants, supper clubs, any of them, it would be totally reasonable for them to ask, like, I want flyers. I want like 2 posts a day, something like that. Like it'd be totally reasonable for them to ask, like, because asking for flyers, asking for a certain amount of posts, that's not an unreasonable thing to do.
Are you trying to kill me or what?
Someone
could see this and be like, now we're
oversaturating.
Someone's gonna be like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that now. Thanks, John. Polit. Just kidding.
But you do a good job of it because there have been twice now that you have been like, hey, I'm playing at such and such, and I have shown up and been like, woo!
Yeah. Well, I think also
And you do. And you
I
do.
appreciate that. I think also though,
So do you, though.
when
For
you
sure.
play a lot of gigs though, the people, I mean, they're only going to go, there's some people who come and see me and I'm like, guys, you don't have to feel like, I love when you come, but you don't have to feel like obligated. Like you don't have to come like, 4 gigs a month. You don't have to come like every week, you know what I mean? Because when you play like 2-3 gigs a week, it's like, you're not going to get people to every one of those, so.
It's the same way I feel bad about people like when they all get served the food at once and like I get done with the song, I hear utensils clack, so I can clap. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Like, what do you guys do for a living? Like, I'm a school teacher. I'm like, do people stop what they're doing and applaud when you grade the paper? I mean, they should.
Yeah.
They should.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I know that's
The teacher.
Yeah.
So I will stop and whatever I'm doing, and I will clap at the end of a song when it's just like, I don't want to say
Yeah.
crickets,
When
but
there's
like
crickets.
sometimes people are just like talking and they're like, whatever. If I just start it, people
Yeah.
are like, oh yeah, right,
yeah.
that's right, cool.
That's
cool,
why
cool,
we
cool.
love Kelly.
Yeah, we love
Kelly
her,
is
yeah.
the energy gal. She is the best to work with when it comes to energy.
She did that to me the
Yeah.
other night. I appreciated it. I was like, oh,
And then
thank
people
God.
are like, oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
When things
Yeah.
end, we clap, you
Yeah.
know?
There could be an interesting segue. There's something that I saw that I wanted to clarify. I was at a popular place, just west of Lake Geneva, place I've seen you before,
Okay.
and trying to pick my words real carefully.
Lake Geneva boy.
But there was a situation that I swear you were de-escalating with somebody. And what I saw was some guy he had body language. He was upset about something, and it looked like maybe there's like a drink spillage situation, and looked like someone had tried to maybe buy him a drink, and you were like, okay, you know what? Yeah, you're done. Something like that. And like you had done your.
I mean, it sounds totally like me.
Uh,
I don't remember this exact
but
situation.
I just remember being in awe of the whole situation because like you're just asses and elbows. Everything is just move.
Yeah.
Like you're not standing one spot long enough to have a conversation. And this guy just wasn't being satisfied by a reasonable accommation to whatever may have been bothering him, which may not have been reasonable in the first place to be bothered by it.
Right. I mean,
You're not going to sit at my
usually I'm reasonable.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
he was unreasonable, then an unreasonable reaction.
But if someone's
would
drinking
warrant it.
enough to drive their car through a house in Johnsburg, you would have cut him off way before that, right?
Way
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
that.
that's-
Way before
wow.
that.
That brings me to the post about, oh my gosh, I totally just went blank.
The post about.
You were talking about, cutting off. Someone made a post the other day about like, it was actually me. They're going up on the bartenders.
Cheers.
Actually, me. Yeah.
About cutting people off and being comfortable with it. There's so many bartenders out there that are not
Just for
comfortable
show.
cutting people off. And it took many years, I would say, for me to even get to that point to pull out my mommy teacher voice and be like, no, we're not going to do this. Everyone play nice, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
But there are definitely where I'm working shifts with other people because sometimes you've got a, bigger thing going on and you got to have multiple bartenders and they're like, can you go take care of that? I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, no problem. Let me go do it. You got to be comfortable because otherwise you end up with a car and a house, you know? So,
I almost had a broken guitar the other night
Oh.
at one of my gigs because this gal decided she was going to come around to play a song with me. And I was like, whoa. And she was literally like almost fell into my guitar. And I'm playing piano with one hand. And I kind of grabbed her shoulder and stood her back up. And I was like, over here. I was like, over here. So yeah, every now and then. It doesn't happen that often. But
So
that's why I'm like the dinner guy. I like the dinner hour.
Yes.
Yeah. When it's later than that, it's a little.
Now that we're older.
Yeah,
I think now
yeah.
that we're older, like we've
well,
Perfect
that's
segue.
we paid our dues.
Yeah.
Perfect segue to get onto our list.
Yeah.
Least favorite holidays.
Oh
For
yeah.
that reason. Now I'm definitely not going to be at odds with my girls here, and that's okay. That's okay. St. Patrick's Day is the worst holiday for me as a musician.
Okay, so I love St. Patrick's
Me
Day
too.
because I get the
I
violinist and we
fucking
play
hate it. Oh my
some,
God.
Irish
Well, I
stuff.
guess it all depends on where you work.
Yes.
Yeah,
If you are
that's true.
downtown McHenry,
Mhm.
it is just crazy,
Just nuts.
drunken
Yeah.
debauchery,
Yeah.
which that's why I'm a patron during that time. I have a great time.
Yeah.
You know, but if I was working during that time, they're making money hand over fist.
Mhm.
But they're also behind a bar,
Mhm.
you know. I could just imagine all of your electricals and all
Oh,
your
yeah.
things people are spilling and
People coming up to you like, "Can you play
Yeah.
this song? Can I
Yeah.
sing this song with
Yeah.
you?" Like, there's people peeing like 5 feet from you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like whether you're inside
So
or
I could
outside.
imagine that.
It's just all manner of dysfunction.
Where are you playing?
It seems
says the church guy.
St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day's amateur hour. Like people get the type of drunk that you never get.
Yeah.
Right.
That's and it's socially acceptable to like, oh, Joanne, no, she never drinks like that. She drank like that on St. Patrick's Day. That's
Yeah.
okay. It was St. Patrick's Day. She
Yeah.
she lost her shoes. She lost her sweater. You know what I mean? Like, and
There's songs about that. Yeah.
somehow people like think that's reasonable. You know what I mean? To act like a complete ass.
Yeah.
But those days, and forget about being tipped. Forget about for me.
Over here.
Yeah.
Well, and even if you had, we're getting tips, and you have your tip jar, it's like a hazard. Anything you have on the floor that you're not using, that you don't have active
You run
control
the
of,
risk.
is a friggin' hazard.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna take it,
Someone's gonna
spill
take
it,
someone's gonna
whatever.
puke on it, someone's gonna spill their beer in it. Like it's a disaster waiting
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah.
So that's St. Patrick's is my
So
least
my
favorite.
least favorite is Halloween. Okay. Yeah, but this is, so I was in Arizona, we said this last time, for like
Close second for me.
35 something years or whatever. But I got a Halloween gig at a restaurant. Actually, it's closed now, so I can mention the name. It was Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. And I'm like, well, I got to learn, so we learned like Ghostbusters and like Thriller
Oh, yeah.
and it's just some, Monster Mash. Like you got to do some Halloween stuff.
Yeah,
I put
theme
work,
it up.
yeah, I put work into this gig. There was one table the whole night because in Arizona, people go at a normal hour because it's not freezing. They
Yeah,
trick or
or
treat at
raining.
night.
Or snowing.
Like not like here where it's like 3
Oh.
o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. So yeah, so I'll never take a Halloween gig again.
Well, now that you're not in Arizona anymore,
Yeah.
things are a little bit
It's
different,
different here.
up here. Like I would say maybe Halloween is the second most drunken debauchery night of the year, right? Like everyone's getting all dressed up.
You
Just
see
like
things
St.
you've never seen
Patrick's Day.
before.
Yeah. You get
Yeah.
all dressed up. You're doing things that you don't normally do,
Right.
So
So that's one of your favorites.
also another good holiday for bartenders.
Yeah.
Because people come out of the woodwork and they'll
I feel
stay and
Any holiday really financial, especially like Christmas, Mother's Day as a woman, especially, that is a great holiday
Yeah.
because they're like, I feel so bad for you. You're here, not here with your children.
Oh,
And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, it's terrible.
You put
Like
little
a
pictures of your
Sunday
kids up.
brunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
if you're a server on a Sunday brunch, you're not walking away with less
See,
than
and
like
those-
$500.
Well,
It's
and
crazy.
it depends on like where you're at though. So
Sure.
like if
Different places.
if we have holidays where we are full menu and they're great and everyone's great. I do find sometimes that if we run a buffet, those things are a little bit lower in the morning, and it's I think it's the ones that don't tip are made up by the ones that overly do, right?
Mm.
But at the same time, I'm going to make a little bit less money on a buffet, rightfully so,
Yeah.
right? But Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, I got to deal with like someone spilling in my ice bin, and that's an inconvenience. But yes, I'm going home.
But it's worth it.
I'll take it.
It's worth it.
You know what?
For sure.
I'll clean that out. You don't worry about that.
what about the flip? So what are some of your favorites? Anyone have a favorite?
I like Christmas because I love to sing Last Christmas by George Michael.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mine, believe it or not, is Memorial Day. It is our coming out.
Really?
It is our coming out party. It's our
Okay.
coming out party. It is. We are in hibernation, and normally
It's a very
I
good
play
point.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Oh,
It is the first weekend where I'm making real money.
yeah.
So that's Memorial Day.
Nice.
I like any like God bless America holiday because I feel like people are in great spirits. It's not
Yeah.
like sometimes at Christmas or Thanksgiving, you also get the flip side of that. Like
Mhm.
sometimes they're there because they don't have family anymore, or they're missing someone,
That's true.
or my family lives across the country, so I opt to work
Right.
on those days sometimes because what else am I gonna do? So there's like that sad possible component to those other holidays, whereas like everyone's just like let's blow shit up,
4th of July.
For a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like 4th of July. Yeah.
4th of July,
Day.
and no matter where it comes, as long as it's not the weekend. Like I want 4th of July to
It's Saturday.
expand
this year.
Everything
weekends,
is Saturday
you know?
this year.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Sure.
Wednesday, it expands the weekend because then you can
Yeah.
end up working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, sometimes that it depends on where you work. Do you work
Mhm.
on the water?
Hmm.
Do you not? Because
Yeah.
if you don't work on the water on Memorial Day or 4th of July or Labor Day, you're having parties at your house.
Right.
You
That's
know,
true.
So like
People
a lot
wanna
of
go
people
where
are
there's
doing
water.
that. But if
Yeah.
you work on the water, then it's like super duper busy because
Yeah.
people want to be
People just got the
close
boats
to
out.
that.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
the boats out. They want to be
Dive bar
close to all that.
situations. We would always be like the month of May, like the end of May or into June, we're always dead because everyone's barbecuing or they're having graduation parties or they're whatever. And yeah,
And
if
you're
you
not
don't
close
have
to
a
the
draw.
water.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
If you don't have the water or you don't have some giant pavilion that has a big old band in it, like you're not drawing those people.
Right.
So that's desirable for people on our page. If you were looking for a job in the summer, try and find a place on the water because
Yes.
you're going to do a lot better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
See,
But
we're
in the
giving tips.
winter,
We're giving
you
the
are better.
tips.
Oh yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
my Sundays, like I honestly, I am very lucky at the place that I'm at. I am very consistent. Even on a slow Sunday, I'm making good money, which is great. But in the wintertime, absolutely, we have meat raffles, we have bingo, we've got all sorts of stuff, which is great.
And very rarely do we have snow. So
have
no
those.
one's like snowmobiling and nobody's like
Yeah.
But
doing
on the flip
things
side of that, we're also right off of the snowmobile
on the trail.
So
Yeah.
if
So when it's
snow, I'm like 10% off. Come on in.
Oh.
We're by the gas station.
So- I think I learned this year about it's particularly the patio places, the places with boat docks. When you see their business is like 200% difference between boat season and not boat season.
Mhm.
You think that they're making all this money, but then when one of my venues explained it to me, she said, "But we're spending 5 times as much for vendors, 5 times as much for employees, 5 times as much for mistakes made, like food being handled improperly,
Yeah.
orders being done wrong, like
Because
whether
they're
it's
only open during a certain amount of time, or
but just like as much as
because
what-
it's got so
when-
busy,
when you
they're
in-
just like,
Because
oh
they
my
need so
god.
much staff. for
you
that
increase the
time,
volume,
Got
right?
it.
Yeah.
you increase the mistake factors.
Got it.
You,
That makes
you
sense,
increase
yeah.
the waste
Too many-
factors.
Too many
So-
hands in the
So the
pot.
mark, well,
Yeah.
I mean, but this is part of doing business. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but you said the mark of a good place that has this patio summertime boat business is how good are you doing in January? How good are you doing
Yeah.
in February? Are you doing good enough in those months to where that's how you know whether or
Well,
not you
and
guys
I
are
just
good.
recently seen a very, very busy venue in Fox Lake on the water who closes for like 3 or 4 months
Yeah.
I did not
until the
realize that
new.
until I saw
I
it on
didn't
Facebook.
either. I was
Yeah.
like,
Last weekend.
well, now what do you do for those 4 months?
Yeah.
Like, where do those people go? Like, are they finding another job?
Yeah.
Are they
Are you
coming back
still
to you?
paying? Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
still paying a mortgage on that place or rent or
Yeah.
whatever? You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
So yeah, they
The
were
girls I
actually
know
able
have
to-
probably went to the one I think you're thinking of.
yeah.
So
So then, I mean,
And they're veterans.
it's not like
They're
they could
hardcore
just-
veterans.
Yeah.
so
And I don't know the ins and outs of like the gambling scene and things like that, but I would think that there would be some sort of downside or contract situation with all those gambling machines.
Actually, you're right.
yeah,
Yeah.
the state of especially Illinois. I would think there would have to be some sort of trade-off for that. Like how
And
do
it
they
might even be
legally close
worth
down?
it to
So you're
just.
saying there's regulations in Illinois? Is that what you're saying?
Oh my neck! Wow.
Only one Texas.
Wow.
Well, and yeah, and I mean, I know plenty of ours that the machines pay the bills. You
Yeah.
know, like it keeps the lights on, and
100%.
anything
Yeah.
beyond
I know a
that
few
is
that-
profit. You know, like if they didn't have those machines, it wouldn't. They would not be in business.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Wow. Interesting. It's a good thing we don't gamble.
no.
I don't.
I don't know what's a big deal. I can't gamble. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll bet a little bit. Like I'll do strip cards or squares for football, but I'm not really.
I was like, not just strip cards. The Wisconsin. Why can't I think of the name? The pull tabs.
Oh, pull tabs. Those
Yeah,
are kind of
yeah.
fun too.
They're so
Yeah.
fun.
I know
You don't-
one
you
guy
win-
that
you
won
win
100
way
grand
more
on one
than
of
Yeah.
those.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't know what that was. I'm playing at one place in Wisconsin. I'm like, what are all these people going to this machine? It's like Mr. Arizona here. I have no idea what that is. I felt so dumb. I had to go ask this girl. I'm like, can you tell me what that is? She's like, Wisconsin pull tabs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
she looked at me like I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where are you from?
Or
Yeah.
Legion,
Yeah.
Because they're not for profit. So you can do those there, but yeah, like in
In Illinois.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Illinois.
yeah, yeah.
In
In
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, they're like, yeah.
yeah. They got
You're
that
fine.
spotted
And every
cow.
once in a while, it's like when it's your time, the luck of the cards,
Well,
man.
Yeah.
and
You know.
yeah,
There
it's
you
like
go.
people love it when just fill them. I paid out like 2 $500 tickets in one Sunday morning before it was even 11 o'clock. And I'm like, oh my God, why did I not put my money in there?
Wow.
That's right. I'm here to make it.
But
Jeez. So, so we were going to talk about employee morale, things that we, particularly things that me and Craig can see from our vantage point, where
Maybe-
we don't have.
Maybe that should be a whole new podcast. Maybe we should bring this one to a close and
Think
put
so?
that on the next one.
oh, is it ready?
Yeah.
And
All right.
We're about,
We're-
we're about
we're-
time.
Is it about time? Okay.
Well, then we could do another quick one. So,
Okay.
so we'll see you at the next podcast where we're going to talk about employee morale.
After the Bears have won the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
There you
Go
go.
Bears.
Go Bears.
Go
There you go.
Bears!
All right.
I don't care.
Yeah.